Lovely to see you again. Now, do you know what? Can you remember what year it is? 2020. Now, I know that while you're in school, some of you learned about things that happened in the past. I know that year 2, you've been learning about the Great Fire of London. That was something that happened a long, long time ago. Now, do you know what's going to happen in the future? There will be children just the same age as you, who are maybe 5 or 6 or 7, and in their lessons in school, they'll be learning about a time in 2020. They probably won't believe it, the time when all the schools closed. And these children will want to find out about what it was like. They won't be able to imagine what it's like being at home, doing home learning in such a grown-up way like you have. And they'll be asked full of questions. And I thought, you know what, we better gather this information. We better reflect and think about our time during virtual school. And I've got a little game that you can play with the other people in your house. We're going to make it. And when you play this game with whoever else lives in your house with you, you can collect information because you're going to ask them questions about things that happened during 2020 in lockdown at the PSHE in Bahrain. Okay, so first let me tell you what you need. You need a piece of A4 paper. You need 4 different colours. I'm going to choose blue, red, green and black are the colours that I've picked. You can pick any 4 colours, it doesn't matter. And you need some scissors. That's all you need. First thing we're going to do, now this piece of paper I can see it's got 2 long sides, 2 short sides and 4 corners. It's a rectangle, and I don't want a rectangle. I need a square. Think for a minute. What's the difference between a square and a rectangle? You're right. A square has 4 straight sides, all exactly the same length, and a rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Okay, so a quick trick to make your square into a rectangle, to make your rectangle into a square. Put the paper down on the corners of your rectangle and fold it right so you can see it makes a triangle. If you put this edge against that long edge and press hard, and then you can see there's like a triangle and there's a small rectangle here. If you then fold up the little rectangle bit to make a crease, and then very carefully snip down you've cut off the spare bit, and here, perfect square, all 4 sides exactly the same length. Okay, so here's my piece of paper, it's a square. First thing, I'm going to fold it over to make a triangle. Then I'm going to open it out again. Then I'm going to turn it round, fold it over, make sure that this is the tricky bit, make sure that the 2 corners are just exactly on top of each other, and press it down. So then when you open your square again, you can see there's like a cross in the middle. Look carefully at your 4 corners, take your first corner, and see the little point here, the corner. Make it touch just the middle of the cross. 1, then the second corner, 2, then the third corner, 3, and then the 4th corner, 4. So you've got 4 corners, and then turn it over. So look, can you see my 4 corners? They're all tucked in, and now on this side I've got, it looks like there's 4 small squares inside my square now actually, and we're going to Then I'm going to fold these corners back into the centre. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha, right. So now, if you look closely, it looks like 8 triangles on one side and 4 squares on the other. Now this is the tricky bit. You just might need your mummy's help just for a minute for this bit. If you put your fingers inside the little squares, and I'm sure, I bet you find that somebody in your family has made one of these before. If you put your fingers inside the flaps of the 4 little squares, it makes something that you can move with your fingers like this. Okay, now it's our reflection game. Okay, but it's not ready yet. So, fold it back, because you're going to need it flat while you're writing on it. So I've got 4 squares, and this was where I'm going to choose the 4 colours. I picked red, blue, green and black. So I'm going to put a blue spot and a red spot and a green spot and a black spot. Actually, and you know, I'm going to write the spellings on the squares as well, next to the colour. Black, black, blue, and I know when it's the k sound at the end, we need the curly k and the kicking k together. Black, red, nice easy spelling, 3 sounds, red, beautiful, black, red, nice, green, green, and blue. If you wanted to, you could do patterns or designs in the colour round about the word. That would make it look really nice. Now, on the other side, you've got numbers. Well, 8 little triangles, and I'm going to put numbers on them. 8 triangles. Let's start with number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So here is my reflection game. I'm going to put my fingers in it. Now, here I've got 8 numbers. And remember, we're going to ask people about what it was like in lockdown time in 2020 when there was a virus running around the place. So, I've got 8 triangles, and I have thought of 8 questions that I think would be good to ask. To be honest, you could probably think of some better questions, but I'll tell you what the ones that I've thought of. Talk to whoever's with you for a moment. See if there's something that you want to ask them about what they've liked at this time or what's been different. So these are the questions that I think children will ask. You might be an old man or an old lady, and I think these might be the kind of questions they will ask you about what it was like. What was your favourite thing to eat during lockdown? Did you learn anything new? What did you miss most? I know what I miss most. I miss the children at BSB. What did you read? Did you read any good books? Or maybe your mum or your dad read a story to you. What did you wear? And I wonder if some of you will answer, I wore my pyjamas all day long. What did you have to do for good hygiene? Ah, that's a good question. I remember Miss D made a video, a singing video with a little song to help us remember what we needed to do at this time. What games did you play? Did you play any new games that you don't usually play? I actually learned to play table tennis. I couldn't play it anymore, but my son had nobody to play with, so I had to play with him. And how did you celebrate special occasions? Actually, I had my birthday and I was sad to start with. I couldn't have a party. But do you know, the nicest thing was, even though my mum was in another country, we could, through the screen, see each other, and she'd made a little cake for me and a candle on and blew it out to wish me a happy birthday. Now I've got my reflection game ready, but I just need somebody to play it with. Mrs. Guyon, are you there?
I'm here, I'm coming over.
Did you know in the future, I think the children in school are going to learn about 2020 in their history lessons. Do you?
I think that will happen.
And I don't think they'll believe all the schools closed.
They won't be able to believe that they closed and that none of the children came to school.
And I bet you they'll think those children in 2020 were amazing. Even though their teachers weren't with them, they still did their work.
They did.
Now, I'm gathering some evidence here so that it would be a shame. Now is the time to reflect, to think about how we've been feeling, what we've learned, what's different during this time. But we better write it down because the children will need to know it. You know, they'll forget before you know it. Okay, here's the game. Now, do you see my reflection game? It's got 4 colours. Okay. So there's black, green, red, blue. So pick a colour.
Blue.
Blue. B-L-U-E. Choose a number.
3.
1, 2, 3. Choose another number.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Choose last number.
2.
Number 2. Oh. So number 2. Now is the time I'm going to my questions. Number 2. Did you learn anything new?
Well, I did on the computer, Mrs. Gilbert.
Oh.
Because we're all using computers. Every one of us at school are using computers. So I learned to do lots of different things that I couldn't do. But my good friend helped me.
And did you learn to teach the children without seeing the children?
I did, yes. That was something I
Fantastic.
never thought I would do before.
Oh, lovely. Let's see if there's anyone else I could do my game. Hi, Miss Layla, lovely to see you. Are you ready to play our reflection game?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thank you for your... Okay, first thing, choose a colour. Black, blue, red or green?
Take red.
Red. R-E-D. Okay, choose a number. 1, 8, 5 or 4?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, again. 1, 8, 5 or 4. Choose again.
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And last one, choose a number.
5.
5. Let me check my list. What did you wear?
It was a new thing, and it was the face mask.
For good hygiene, to keep yourself safe. So if you leave the house, you always wore a face mask.
Yes,
What a
especially
great
at work.
Especially at work. Excellent. Thank you, Miss Layla. So, children, good luck making your reflection game. And if you would come up with any really interesting questions, I'd love you to write them down and send them to me. Or just have fun making the game, reading the questions to the other people in your house. Thank you. Bye-bye.